So I was cleaning up my office and I looked over at my abyss tank and I noticed that the base had started to crack. Not good. So now I have to get everything in there, well, from there, and put it in here. Not really how I planned on spending my Saturday night. So the first thing that you need to do if you have a tank emergency is make sure you have an extra tank. This tank here is a 20-gallon long, and I have it for quarantine purposes when I get fish. Thankfully I have it. If I didn't, I'd be going out and buying one. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to make sure that this tank is really clean. I'm just going to use some RO water, well, RODI water, to wipe it out and make sure that there's no leftover dust and stuff. And then I will start moving the stuff from the abyss tank into this one. And I'll kind of... Okay, so I took the lights off of photo mode, so they're kind of going through their cycle. That's why it's a little bit darker. Next step is to start draining as much water as you can out of the tank that you're emptying to put into the new tank. You want to get as much water out as you can without stirring up the sand and getting it dirty. It just makes things a little less stressful when you're doing a quick changeover like this. Originally, I had this tank in a BioCube and decided to switch to this one. So these fish and coral have kind of been through it before already. I didn't really want to do it to them again, but you gotta do what you gotta do. When you're draining the tank, you want to make sure that you keep the end of the tube away from any corals getting sucked up. I have made that mistake before, but pretty much you just start siphoning the water into... Alright, so I've moved about 10 gallons of water over to the 20-gallon tank. So now what I'm going to start to do is, as you can see, I've drained it. I only have 3 fish in this tank. I have 2 clowns and a clown goby. It's easier to catch them when the rock is out. So now what I'm going to start to do is move the top layer of rocks from the upper part, and the coral and my rock flower anemones and my invertebrates. I'm also going to start running the filter on the other tank and move over the heater and such just to keep the water temperature good. And then after I do that, the next step is going to be to drain that little bit of water, fill up the rest of the tank, and then obviously I'm going to have to catch the fish before all that and put them into the new tank, and that will complete the process pretty much. As some people might be wondering why I'm not taking the sand out of this tank, if you look at it, there's kind of some junk in there. You don't want to stir up a sand bed that's been in use for a while because there can be some weird stuff going on. And it can cause some nasties in your new tank, so I'm just going bare bottom in the other tank for now. Hopefully Innovative Marine will get back to me about getting a new base for this tank, and then I'll just get some new stand and move everything back into this tank, but we shall see. Alright, so I've drained the tank about as low as I'm going to go with it, just so I can catch my fish. I'm going to go ahead and put them in the bucket. If you drain it down as low as you can, it's sometimes easier to get them, that's why I did that. I have everything else in here right now. It's kind of hard to see, but when I move the light over, you'll see. So I'm going to go ahead and put them in the bucket and get this last bigger piece of rock out, and then I will start aquascaping this and move my light over and such. Alright, so all my rock and coral is moved over, so now I'm going to aquascape, and my little fishies are in their bucket for right now. So I will hurry up and do this, and then get them into the tank and finish filling the tank up with water. So everything is switched over. and everything seems to be doing okay. I put in my gyre, and everybody seems to be doing alright, so hopefully they'll still be alright in the morning.